Hey, Tony guys are here, and I got to forgive me because I am driving, so I can't look at you. But been having a good time connecting with y'all on the one-on-ones. So you'll see that link in the description through Friday. Well, it might be there through Sunday because that's the weekend. And I know sometimes people catch up on their videos, but I think we only had one day left in November, so you'll be booking for December unless somebody be done canceled before you go to book. But doing this right here for the holiday season. If you miss it, don't worry. I may open it up again on Black Friday to book for, I guess, the rest of December and January, so you kick off your year the right way. Even the sessions you book now, you can pick for January as well if you want to just go ahead and get your time on the books so that we can get that New Year's resolution tight and right and ready to rock and roll. But wanted to pop on here because I did a video on this a long time ago, and I want to update this, and because it's very, very important. And the reason why I say that is because, okay, little truck. It's very important to recognize crazy early, because you will, today you're gonna have to deal with this stuff a lot more. And the reason why is because of our society. So we live in a world today to where, because of the amount of social media, the amount of cell phone, the lack of sleep, the amount of bills and stress and things of that nature, we live in a different world. So you're gonna have people that are, they dealing with more because of the chaos in their life. The chaos in their life, the struggle in their life, you're gonna be up against that. And you gotta be able to break down and see, okay, what is the antecedent behavior? What is the seed now? What's the seed of this behavior? Don't wait until you get hit to say, oh, this person crazy. No, they've been crazy. You just waited until you got hit to see that they crazy. Now you got to notice that early on, when they yell, when they cuss at you, when they thump you, you know, thump ill, when they thump you, when they pinch you, when they push you, you got to notice that then. Because see, a lot of times we don't pay attention. So you'll let little stuff pass, and you'll let people get over. And the next thing you know, now you up a creek without a paddle. And you got to realize that it's little things that show early on that you've been overlooking. Got to pay attention. Got to pay attention early. And so when you see that, you start to realize, like, okay, let me nip this in the bud right here, right out the gate. Like, it's kind of like, my wife and I, we never had to deal with terrible twos. You know why we didn't have to deal with terrible twos? Because she created structure in the first 2 years. And you thinking, like, how can you create structure with a baby? She had a schedule and she had a routine. So what that created was stability, to where our sons knew the difference between morning and night. Their meals came at the same time every day. Their bath came at the same time every day. The bath was the bedtime routine, and it's the bedtime routine, and it is the same routine every time. The water is the same temperature. little thing that you laying in is the same. You get the same type of bath, the same type of soaping up and all of that, all the body parts. And then after you get dried off, you get lotion from head to toe. And so now, as you getting lotion, you kind of getting stretched, kind of getting your legs stretched a little bit. So now, guess what? Guess what happens? Now the baby start to yawn because of the warm bath. So the baby start to yawn. Is the massage from the lotion? It's the nighttime lotion or whatever. Now it's time to go to bed. So by the time tools come, it's not, the baby not sporadic and erratic, and they sleep in their bed. Never once slept in our bed, not one time. Slept in their own bed, crib, bassinet, whatever you want to call it. Slept in their own, and was in their own room. So they not being woke up by us rustling or making noise or snoring or whatever. We ain't snore. But so it's just them. It's pitch black, cool temperature. Got a little noise, the little baby machine or whatever making a little noise. So guess what? Come to, they stable. They cool, calm, and collected. So we never had terrible tools. And that's how you got to train a relationship the same way you train up a child. The Bible say train up a child in the way that he should go, so when he won't depart from it. You have to train your relationship up. So what you don't want to deal with in year 10, you got to nip it in the bud year 1. You got to get right on it year 1. You got to get back on it year 2. Get back on it year 3. You got to nip up. Nope. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I ain't putting up with it. Hey, listen, don't try me like that. Hey, don't talk to me like that. Hey, I don't really put up with the disrespect. Hey, I don't put up with the inconsistency. Hey, I don't put up with the cursing. Hey, I don't put up with the yelling. Hey, I don't do the, you got to check it right there. Boom. When you do that, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna be losing people. You're gonna be running people off in the first 3 months. So now, boom, you ain't lost nothing. Cause now you done got the person out your life. And this go for male and female. You done got the person out your life. Hey, you done. Boom. You done moved on. You done. Boom. You doing what you doing. Now you living your life. So now, guess what? Now you done got them corrected. You done got some straightening. So now they know, oh, don't play. They don't play like that. They don't play like that. They don't do this. They don't do that. They don't put up with this. They don't put up with that. So now they know, got to come correct. If you gonna come correct. And that's how you train a relationship, male and female. Because I've been hearing more and more about women being toxic in their relationship. So more and more, I'm like, man, it's something here. It's something, this here. Hey, I'm like, what? She doing what? She doing what? And they be like, yeah, you ain't never had to deal with that? No, sure have not. Sure have not had to deal with it. I let my wife know as soon as something happened. Hey, hey, listen, you gonna have to get that together right there. I don't know what that is. You gonna have to get that together right there. I don't get down like that. And I remember one time, there was some women on here, they got mad, and that's y'all problem. That's your problem. Because this is the thing. You better rather a man talk to you like a man than put his hands on you. And one time we was at a soccer game, and no, a baseball game, and it probably was, I can't even remember what child, but my wife, she gets so crunk, gets so into the sport, and it was Tatum or T, they missed a ground ball in baseball, and I was just leaning beside her and I was watching the game, and I was like, gotta teach him to get that glove on the ground. And she was like, you teach him. Said it real loud like that. And I just was saying, basically what I was saying was, we got to teach him. But she was so into the game that was her reaction, because she was also embarrassed that her son just missed a ground ball, that it just went up under his glove and rolled through his legs. I, being a man who was actually athletic and played sports in college, I've never been embarrassed by my sons playing sports because they kids. So I don't take it like that. My wife was not as athletic as I was, and one thing I found is that people who weren't that athletic, they be more into the sport than the people who was naturals. And so I've learned that. So when she said that, I walked off. Like I walked on off. And then a little bit later, I think she realized what she did. A little bit later, she was like, babe. And I ignored her. And then when we got in the car, I said, listen, don't you ever in your life talk to me like that again. And I don't know if I said in public. And I taught this lesson before, and women in the comments, oh, you should have said that. You should have said, I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man. Yeah. I'm not finna say, hey, listen, I would appreciate. No! Don't you ever in your life again talk to me like that again. And so guess what? After I said that, she never again did it again. Because the one thing that you need in a relationship is respect. So you got to establish that. And guess what? She did the same thing to me. When I first met her, we were together. A little bit later, we got into a little argument. I went to raise my voice. She said, don't talk to me like that. She ain't say, hey, hold on. Excuse me. Let me express what's on my mind. I would like to say, I really don't appreciate when you raise your voice. She said, don't talk to me like that. So you got to realize you grown. Like, this ain't no write a dissertation, put in a permission slip to talk to somebody. No, you talk to them with respect. You not yelling, you not cussing, but you are firm and you direct, so they know that you ain't playing the radio. You not playing the radio, which I don't even know what that means. But you not playing no games, and they understand that. Because you got to realize, like, a child will try you. A child will test you. What you think a human gonna do? A human gonna test you. A human is gonna try you over and over again. That's what a human gonna do. So you got to realize and understand that, and so that's why you got to be direct. And what I had to realize too is, like, I had to realize, like, people are raised differently. So with my wife, her mama was very stern, rude, direct, was very hard on her. Her daddy, very stern, rude, direct. I'm using the term rude, not necessarily rude, but you could, if you in the wrong mood or you take it the wrong way, you could feel that it's rude. So she went through that. So if I came and I'm like, and then when she talking, her normal tone is like very aggressive. Like, she don't have one of them little soft. So it's very aggressive. So I realized you gotta talk to people the way they talk. So if she talk firm, and I come in and I'm talking, yeah, so, I want to express myself. So I had to be like, hey, listen, I don't put up with that right there now. That's disrespect right there. I don't like that. Now she know, okay, that's my normal accent, whatever. She know I'm serious. And so guess what? Me and my wife don't have no problems in our relationship because we got each other together early. So we don't have no problems. So we don't fuss and fight. We ain't arguing. We 20 years in. We ain't fussing and fighting and arguing because we got each other together. We don't have to put up with nothing because we got each other together. So that's why I want you to understand. Like, I ain't just telling you this to tell you this. I done live this. You hear me? I done live this here. And so that's what I want you to realize and understand. You got to be able to be real, be raw, be direct. You got to go ahead and get down with it. You ain't got to be nasty, disrespectful, cussing, but you need to be direct. And you need to be firm, and you need to be real, and just let them know, like, hey, I don't deal with that. That's something I don't put up with, however you say it. And you got to recognize that crazy early, because when you off and on, and you in and out, and you up and down, and you dealing like that right now, listen, it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you. Like, you gonna have to pay the piper. It's gonna get out of hand. And once you got that relationship, yeah, stuff can happen. Stuff can happen. And see, people who never been in a relationship and never been in a long-term relationship, they don't understand. But when you get in one, you gonna realize that you may go through something that was a deal breaker for you. But you got so much invested in this relationship, and you got so much. And see, that's why I try to tell y'all, people speak from where they are. Everything can't be said. Some things, it's a coded language. So everything can't be said in a sense of, like, because every relationship gonna be different. Like, your deal breaker could be somebody hanging up the phone on you. It never happened to you before. Then you get in a relationship and y'all deep in, y'all in love, y'all this and that, and then boom, one day argument they hang up on you. And that's just the ultimate form of disrespect for you. You will never tolerate that. You always said, if that ever happened, it's over. And it could be any little thing, whatever it may be. But you in a long-term relationship, I would say 90% of the time, you're gonna have to overcome one of your deal breakers may happen in that relationship that you got to address, you got to confront, and you got to make a decision. Do I leave or do I stay? And you do not know what you will do until you get in that situation. And it's more things that go into it. And so I'm coaching and dealing with people all day, every day. And so I get to see a lot of things, and it's nuance to it. So it's kind of like this right here. Somebody may say, hey, my deal breaker is, a woman may say, my deal breaker is a man putting hands on me. And then they get into a big argument. She slap him in the face. And he slap her back in the face. He technically just put hands on her. But when she look at it, she then says, well, I slap him. Had I hit him in his temple with a hammer or something, I could have killed him. Had I slapped him harder, it could have did this. Had I did this, I provoked him. I hit him first. So I'm not gonna leave because I got angry and I got beside myself. And this could be vice versa. And which it should never be, but that's what I mean. That's an example. I've done coach situations where somebody cheated. Emotional cheating, physical cheating, and the other person stayed. And when they look at it, they may say, well, the person who was cheated on may say, well, they cheated, but I was absent from the relationship. They cheated, but I had checked out of the relationship. I was being rude or disrespectful. I was treating them like crap. Like I wasn't present. I wasn't kind. I wasn't fair. And so that's why they cheated. And then they like, so now they realize that, oh, I instigated this. Like I started this. I, to a degree, created this situation, and I isolated them and made them feel alone. And then somebody came in and started to talk to them and befriend them, and one thing led to another. And so that right there happened. And then boom. So now they justify it away because of what happened. That's their relationship. They could still make it. I have seen it work. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people have these one size fits all. So this is the importance of you. Okay, so people from the school come up here to Publix and sit out here and wait on their parent to pick them up. And so the Publix did not know they signed up to be aftercare. I mean, it's like 10 kids sitting out here outside of Publix waiting on their ride. And so I'm at the wrong time of day. Riding through here, I'm feeling a little hungry, trying to see if it's somewhere sell them little bowls, them little healthy bowls. The little kids seen my car. They said, ooh, y'all low one. Okay, that's the Greek restaurant. Let me see. Greek, huh? Might get me a little bit of that Greek. And so that's what happens. Get into that situation. And that's why you have to train the relationship early. You got to train a relationship early, because then that's going to help you get to a place to where you like, okay, because I set this here standard. I set this here in place. I establish the boundaries. I establish what I need to do, what I expect, what I will and won't tolerate, and then this happened. So now, because I done told you and I done established it, and I done told you once, twice, 3 times, you still doing it, it's a wrap, we done. It's a wrap, we done. And then boom, voila, it's over with. I want to go in the Chinese restaurant, man, but the thing about it is, with the economy being how it is, man, I'm just wondering if what they selling in there. That, you know, sometimes that meat get old and you don't throw it out because, you know, you ain't making the money you want to make. So listen, I want you to think about this here. Think about this. Get this in your spirit. Get to a place where you can process this here. And y'all forgive me, I have to watch my surroundings when I'm out in the bottom. I'm in the parking lot. And where you can process this and you can start to see like, okay, did I ignore the red flags, or did I recognize crazy like I'm supposed to? Did I ignore the red flags, or did I recognize crazy? And when you recognize crazy now, crazy mean whatever you want to mean. Narcissism, abuse of any form, control, whatever it is. That's crazy. When you recognize crazy, you cannot feed it. You got to nip it in the bud. Let him or her know this is not gonna be tolerated. And then from there, you got to let it go. If they try you again, you got to let it go. And I'm gonna tell you now, if it's physical, You can't play around with it, because one lick can cost you everything. The wrong lick can cost you your life. And that's what I want you to realize and understand. So you get hit in your face, you forgive it, you come back a week later, 2 weeks later, 6 months down the line, you get hit again, you get choked, get slapped, get punched. Boom, now it happened again, so now you're gonna break up again. Now you break up again, 3 months, 6 months, a year, a week, 2 weeks, you come back, that next hit, cause you done came back, that next hit finna take your life. It could very well take your life. It might not now, but it could very well take your life. You got to be ready for it. Boy, look at that outfit. What do this child got on? This child got on. What in the world? She under 18, so I'm not going to put her on here. She got on light jean shorts with cut up pantyhose with clown unicorn knee-high fur shoes with pink and yellow suspenders that's caution tape, like caution tape, or like the railroad crossing sign, with a brown shirt on, with a long sleeve shirt up under it, with long sleeve tie-dye up under it, with dyed hair with the bottom blue. Little Caucasian, little white girl. Oh, and look at the Hispanic. She got black hair with blue and green dye. Did they just smoke a vape or something? Why she coughing like that? She trying to look cool for the boy. Oh my goodness, trying to look cool for the boy. Why she coughing like that? And then the other girl got on long sleeve up under her shirt. Where winter at? This girl got on sweatpants and a long sleeve sweatshirt. Where the winter at now? Ain't now cold out here. What these kids doing? My goodness. Oh, and that's why she wear that, cause she got all her stomach out with a belly ring. Child, y'all need to learn how to raise y'all kids. My goodness. So that's why she got on the hoodie. So after school she could unzip it and let her stomach be out. And ain't got now out. Like, child, if you don't put that up, you need to have an out. If you want to show all that stomach with your little belly ring, you need to have an out. That's why I can't. Whew. These is girls. Well, I'm glad I ain't got no daughters. God bless y'all with these daughters. God bless y'all. And I know y'all women, some of y'all used to be a hot mess when you was in college or whatever this is. I don't know if this college or high school out here, but they look of age. They look a little older, but they show out here looking at a mess. Like, my goodness. Then look at that boy. If this high school, he look like he could be 17. Tattoos on his forearm, and then went in there, got that big old thing of yogurt. So he come from money, cause tattoo is not free, and got that big old thing of yogurt. But hey, y'all, I got to go. I'm finna go in here and get me something to eat and get on up out of here. Got too many people out here. Get on up out of here. But God bless you. Listen to me. Think about this. And shout out. We hit the goal on the thing. I seen a few people had to change their pledge. I guess money had got tight. God bless you. They take 2 weeks for it to clear. So that put us in a little bind, because we supposed to film November 4th. And they don't give the money, they don't deposit the money till after 14 days. So yeah, we finna be tight in there. And somebody, we had one donor that donated $2,500. But she didn't select the reward for the walk-on spot. I need to check with her, see if she want to be a walk-on. She didn't select that as a reward. But tell God thank you. Man, I want to tell y'all I'm humbled by that. And I want to share that with y'all too, because that says a lot. For somebody who don't know me personally but they watch my videos, and to show that level of support. Like, we were trying to raise $11,700 to walk away with $10,000. So, cause they got fees and stuff. So we trying to walk away with $10,000 to go towards the film. It's gonna cost more than that, but this was us trying to get over the hump. So here we are with this right here. And then here comes this lady. And essentially, let's say the budget is $10,000, that's 25% of the budget from one person. That ain't nothing but God. That ain't nothing but God. And y'all, is yogurt, you allowed to eat yogurt? I'm thinking about going in here and this yogurtology. But hey, God bless you. All the important links in the description. Don't miss this 125 sale. I cannot tell you, I can't promise you that this right here gonna be around and that I'm gonna be doing this. So I can't promise you that. But so go on, try to get on in there. And what's else in that description? Oh, we almost to 1,000 subscribers. So we've already shot the pilot for the reality series. And so we almost, once we get to 1,000 subscribers, then we're gonna schedule the pilot to air. So you'll see I don't know if I got the link in there. I posted it, called Love Levels. I posted it on the community page. So check that out. If you ain't subscribed yet, subscribe over there. And I forgot to say that at the beginning of the video, but I'll come back and say that next time. But hey, God bless you. We'll talk soon.